Over the next several videos, I'm going to sketch out the book of Genesis, give you some of the highlights and some of the shape of the book of Genesis. After I do it for Genesis, I'll go on to do it for Exodus and Leviticus and Numbers and so on. And eventually we hope to have a thumbnail Bible sketch of each book of the Bible, or at least, if not each individual book, at least each major book and then groups of smaller books. Genesis, of course, is the book of beginnings, and Genesis begins with the creation account. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the original form of the creation is that it's formless and empty and dark. And the creation account that takes place over the 6 days of God's activity, leading to the seventh day of rest, that takes us through Genesis 1 and at the beginning of Genesis 2, God is addressing those imperfections or immaturities in the creation. By the end of the week, the world is no longer formless, void, and dark, formless, empty, and dark. It's been given form. It's been filled with things, with hosts both in heaven and on earth, and it's been lit up by the sun and other lights in the universe. It's very common to see the creation account divided up into two panels, and that's not a perfect way of sketching out the book of the Genesis 1, but it works well enough to see it as two panels, having to do with, first of all, the forming of the world and then the filling of the world. There are 3 days that focus on forming, and then there are 3 days that focus on filling. Forming means just giving shape to the shapeless tohu vabohu, the shapeless, formless void that is part of the original creation. It begins by God giving shape to time, by creating light and then organizing light and darkness into an alternating dance so that light and darkness mark out days, the morning and evening of time. The second day, God creates a firmament, puts it between the waters that are taken above and the waters below. He gives vertical shape to the world. The third day, he causes the dry land to appear through the waters on the earth so that now the land and water on the earth are divided. By the end of the first 3 days, we have heavens above, waters above the firmament. We have land underneath the firmament, and then waters below the firmament, a three-decker universe. But at the end of day 3, we don't have it filled. It begins to be filled right at the end of day 3 with the beginning of plants, grain plants, and fruit trees. But the rest of the week, God spends filling it. And he fills it in the same order that he had formed it. So the first day has to do with light. The first day creates light. The fourth day, which corresponds to that, he creates the sun, moon, and stars, the light givers, the light bearers in the firmament. The second day, he creates the firmament and divides the firmament, waters above and waters below. On day 5, he creates birds that fly across the face of the firmament, and also sea creatures that swim in the waters of the sea. And then on the 6th day, matching the 3rd day, when the dry land appears, he creates land animals and also creates man. So by the end of the week, by the time you get to the 7th day, God can look at his work, he can be pleased with it. He's formed a world, he's filled a world. Heaven and earth now are ready to go, a three-decker universe with all its hosts. That's the basic sketch, a thumbnail sketch of the creation account.